Hi, welcome to this week's In Review with Jessie James. I'm Jessie James. We're already at episode 3 and that's totes amaze. Thank you so much for watching all this time and for emailing me and subscribing to my channel and liking me on Facebook. So first up this week, instead of doing the usual hottie or naughty, I've decided to do something a bit different. This week in English, we learned all about poetry and stuff and haikus. It was actually really fun. Normally I don't really like English because I don't see the point. That's what spell check is there for. We looked at haikus, which is this Chinese Asian-y thing. 5, 7, 5 in as in how they sound. With the person I've chosen this week, I just kind of feel Huddy just kind of doesn't even sum up what I feel for him. He's just really pretty. So instead of the usual Huddy, I'm gonna do an ode. This week, I'm doing an ode to Liam Payne from One Direction. When I think about my future, in 5 years' time, he's what I see. I just want to dedicate all my time to just finding out about him. He'll just instantly fall in love with me because we just get each other when we meet. Destiny. So I wrote a few odes, haikus, for Liam this week. High heels on, cheese chips, little English boy to be, my one and only. His older sisters used to dress him up as girls, in their mum's clothing. And then the cheese chips is because they don't call it chips in England, they call it crisps. We call them chips and he calls them crisps. And I can be to my kids, to our 2 kids, a boy and a girl. See, this is an example of how love can just overcome anything. I just wish everyone would just get along. Just have one word for things. Won't eat cheese with spoons. Oh no. His fear won't allow. No worries. I'll spoon you. Now that one's a little bit cheeky. He has this fear of spoons. It's totes and doors. He won't eat his favorite food with spoons because it scares him, which is actually pretty tragic if you think about it. If all the knives and forks in the world just happened to disappear one day, he'd die. I guess he could use his hands and stuff, but how do you cut a steak with your hands? How do you cut a steak with a spoon? I'll spoon you, which is I'll cuddle you. Unless he's also got a fear of spooning. If it's just the fact that they're metal and in that shape, I'm not metal. I could fork him. When I came home from school, after writing the haikus, I just lay in my bed in the dark, looking at pictures of Liam, and I was just thinking he's totes inspiring me right now. I was just feeling so many emotions. I came up with a couple of other poems. Roses are red, violets are blue, Liam Payne, I love you. Roses are red, violets are blue, I have a pink straightener, and you have 2. So cute. He has 2 pink hair straighteners, by the way. That wasn't a joke. I had a dream last night. It was kind of like Twilight, but better. Liam was like Edward, but not a vampire. But he still sparkled His eyes just like sparkled. I was like Bella, but like not frumpy and not like a bitch face. No offense, Classy Stew. Channing Tatum was like Jacob. I had to choose between like Channing and Liam. At the end, I was like, Obs, there is no choice. It's Liam. So in the end, like, we got married. Harry was like the ring boy. Zayn was like the best man. Lewis was like my maid of honor. Niall was like the flower girl. And Simon Cowell was the priest. We got on these horses and then we like flew off into the distance on our unicorns. I totally love you. So this week, you're not just the hottie. You get an ode